Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and today we have the event for Monster Jam Time Series 132. So you are looking at the field of trucks, just look for your name and which truck you guys are in. A lot of people did sign up. We did not get all the spots taken, but that's alright. Just look for your name. A couple debut people making their debut and returning. Ending it off with KITT Racing and Scooby-Doo. And I'm also going to join with Michael Jackson Boy Wilkins.
Hey.
And here we are. Here are all the matchup. There are some debut trucks. Just look for your truck and look for your matchup. Ending it off with OCD Meltdown and Wolf Balls 21. So without further ado, we're going to kick things off with the Gold Dragonoid and the Darkest Neo Dragonoid. So Monster Jam Time Series 132 is underway. And that was a very close race. So I'm going to rerun it. Here goes the rerun. And it's going to be the Gold Dragonoid. Next up, we have the Sheer Madness Gravedigger taking on Stone Crusher. And it's going to be Stone Crusher. Next up, we have Monster Buck Rottweiler taking on Gravedigger. And Gravedigger is going to get the win. Next up, we have a Reckless battle between Reckless El Toro and Double Decker. It's going to be Reckless El Toro Loco. Next up, we have the Battle of the Max D's, red and yellow. It's going to be the yellow. Next up, we have Freebird taking out Monster Buck Poodle. And it's going to be Monster Buck Poodle. Next up, we have Pirate's Curse Boneyard taking out Salvador Boneyard. It's going to be Salvador Boneyard. Next up, we have Calavera taking on the Burn Victim Zombie. And Calavera hits the wall. Zombie did not, but I will bring him back as a fast loser. Calavera moves on. Next up, we have Nomad Avenger taking on Zombie. It's going to be Nomad Avenger, surprisingly. Next up, we have Dragon taking on Cyclops. It's going to be Dragon. Next up, we have El Toro Loco taking on Megalodon. And nice save by Megalodon. And that'll give him the win. Next up, we have Dragon Elementals taking on Soldier Fortune Desert. Oh, that was interesting. Let's go straight down. Just barely Soldier Fortune. Next up, we have Soldier Fortune Gears taking on El Toro Loco Galaxy. It's going to be El Toro Loco. Next up, we have another Gears and Galaxies battle between Max D Gears and Megalodon Galaxy. It's going to be Megalodon Galaxy. Next up, we have Pirate's Curse Galaxies taking on Earthshaker Gears. And Pirate's Curse Galaxy is going to get the win. Next up, we have Gravedigger the Legend taking on Maximum Destruction. It's going to be Maximum Destruction. Next up, we have Scooby-Doo taking on Kraken. Oh! Contact by Scooby-Doo! And that'll give them the win. Next up, we have BKT Ride Truck taking on the El Toro Loco Ride Truck. It's going to be El Toro Loco. Next up, we have the Battle of the Nitrate Neons, Gravedigger and Dragon. It's going to be Dragon with the block. Next up, we have El Toro Loco. Sorry, guys, that was the second mistake. Max D Overcast taking on Megalodon Overcast. It's gonna be Megalodon Overcast. Next up, we have another Overcast battle between El Toro Loco and Gravedigger. It's gonna be El Toro Loco hitting the wall first. Next up, we have Saigon Shaker taking on Earthshaker. And And Saigon Shaker comes back for the win. Next up, we have Mohawk Warrior taking on 30th Anniversary Gravedigger. It's going to be Gravedigger 30th Anniversary in the wall first. Next up, we have Earthshaker Ride Truck taking on Gravedigger Ride. It's going to be Gravedigger. Next up, we have the Max Contrast Dragon taking on Bulldozer. It's going to be Bulldozer. Next up, we have Full Charge taking on Joker. It's going to be Full Charge. Wow. Next up, we have Radical Rescue taking on S10 Avenger. It's going to be Radical Rescue. Next up, we have World Finals 20 Avenger taking on Son of a Digger. It's going to be Son of a Digger. Next up, we have Blue Thunder taking on Jester. And it's Jester in the wall first. Next up, we have World Finals 20 taking on Digger's Dungeon. And it's Digger's Dungeon. Wow. Next up, we have Backwards Bob taking on Tropical Thunder. And it was Backwards Bob. Next up, we have Hurricane Force taking on Thunder 4x4. And it's Thunder 4x4. Next up, we have Thrasher taking on Aftershock. It's gonna be Thrasher as they make contact in midair. Next up, we have Raising Cain taking on Superman. And it's gonna be Superman. Next up, we have Monster Mutt taking on Whiplash. And it's Whiplash. And your final race of round number 1 is World Finals 21 and OCD Meltdown. And it's going to be World Finals 21. Alright guys, here we go with round number 2. Here's your matchups. Ending it all off with Whiplash and World Finals 21. So without further ado, let's kick it all off with Dragonoid and Stone Crusher. Round number 2 is underway. And it's Stone Crusher. Next up, we have Reckless Grave. Sorry about that mistake again. Reckless El Toro Loco taking on Gravedigger. It's gonna be Gravedigger. Next up, we have Monster Butt Poodle taking on Max D Yellow. Oh! Dude! Max D, what did he just do? Look at that! He just lands on Monster Mud Poodle. And he's on one wheel. That is so cool, but Monster Mud... Ooh, I don't know who to call that. It looks like Monster Mud Poodle. Alright, I'm not moving the camera. Let's go straight down. Just barely look at the top of your screen. Monster Mud Poodle's tire is touching before Max D. So Monster Mud Poodle is going to get the win. But look at that from Max D. That is so cool. Next up, we have Calavera taking on Boneyard, Son of a Digger, Battle of the Boneyards. And it's going to be Calavera. Next up, we have Dragon taking on Nomad Avenger. And nice save by Nomad, the Thou costume. Dragon's going to get the win. Next up, we have Megalodon taking on Soldier of Fortune. And it's going to be Megalodon. Next up, we have a Battle Team Galaxy, Megalodon and El Toro Loco. It's going to be Megalodon. Next up, we have Maximum Destruction taking on Pirates Curse Galaxy. It's going to be Pirates Curse Galaxy. Next up, we have Scooby-Doo taking on El Toro Loco Ride. It's going to be Scooby-Doo hitting the wall first. Next up, we have Dragon Nitro Neons taking on Megalodon Overcast. It's going to be Megalodon Overcast. Next up, we have Saigon Shaker taking on El Toro Loco Overcast. It's going to be Saigon Shaker with the upset win. El Toro Loco never hit it. He flipped early. Next up, we have 30th Anniversary Gravedigger taking on Gravedigger Ride. And they both flip. Gravedigger 30th Anniversary is going to get the win. Next up, we have Bulldozer taking on Full Charge. And it's going to be Bulldozer. Next up, we have Radical Rescue taking on Son of a Digger. gonna be Sub Digger. Next up, we have Jester taking on Grey Digger. Digger's Dungeon. Sorry. Jeez, I can't talk today. And it's gonna be Digger's Dungeon. Next up, we have Thunder 4x4 taking on Backwards Bob. And it's gonna be Thunder 4x4. Next up, we have Superman taking on Thrasher. It's gonna be Superman. Next up, we have World Finals 21 taking on Whiplash. It's gonna be Whiplash. Alright guys, here is your matchups for round 3. And we're going to kick it all off with Grey Digger and Stonecrusher. Here we go! It's going to be Stonecrusher! Next up we have Calavera taking on Monster Bob Poodle. And it's going to be... very close race. Let's go straight down. It's going to be barely Monster Bob Poodle. Next up we have Dragon taking on Megalodon. Gonna be Dragon. Next up, we have the Galaxies battle between Megalodon and Pirate's Curse. And they both flip over. Let's go straight down. Just barely Megalodon Galaxy. Next up, we have Megalodon Overcast taking on Scooby-Doo. It's gonna be Megalodon Overcast. Next up, we have 30th Anniversary Grey Digger taking on Saigon Shaker. It's gonna be Saigon Shaker. Next up, we have Sub Digger taking on Bulldozer. It's gonna be Bulldozer. Next up, we have Digger's Dungeon taking on Thunder 4x4. It's gonna be Digger's Dungeon. Alright guys, here's your final race of round 3. It's gonna be Whiplash. Alright guys. There's your round 4 matchups, but Whiplash needs a fast loser. So we're going to do a triple threat race with the Dragons. Elementals, Overcast, and Max Contrast. And the Max Contrast hits the wall first. You might have saw that. His wing might have went like, that and then flipped backwards. He's going to get the win. Alright guys, let's kick it all off with Stonecrusher and Monster Bob Poodle. It's gonna be Monster Bob Poodle with a nice save! Next up we have Dragon taking on Galaxy's Megalodon. It's gonna be Dragon. Next up we have Megalodon Overcast taking on Saigon Shaker. It's gonna be Megalodon Overcast. Next up we have Digger's Dungeon taking on Bulldozer. It's gonna be Bulldozer. And your final race of round number 4 is Whiplash and Max Contrast Dragon. It's gonna be Max Contrast Dragon. Alright guys, here are your top 5 trucks that moved on. But we need 3 fast losers to make it 8, and we won't need any more fast losers from here on out. So, here are the trucks that I selected. And here they are. And we're going to kick things off with Poodle and Dragon. Here we go. Nice save by Poodle once again, but that'll cost him. Dragon is getting the win. Next up, we have Megalodon Overcast taking on Bulldozer. It's going to be Bulldozer. Next up, we have Max Contrast Dragon taking on Double Decker. And it's going to be Double Decker. And your final race before the semifinals is World Finals 20 taking on Burn Victim Zombie. It's gonna be Burn Victim Zombie. Alright guys, here is your championship 4. Inside Dragon, we have Kenny D. Inside the debut Bulldozer, we have Monster Jam Stuff. Inside Double Decker, we have Monster Jam Firestorm looking for his 9th win. And Curry Gaming into the Burn Victim Zombie, who is also looking for his 9th win. So without further ado, we're going to kick things off with KD and Dragon and Monster Jam Stuff and Bulldozer. Here we go. Whoa! That could have been any faster. I do not know who hit it first, so I'm gonna have to do a rerun. Here, switch up the lanes, and here goes the rerun. It's gonna be Bulldozer! Next up, we have a best friends battle between Firestorm and Curry Gaming. And it's gonna be Firestorm! Alright guys, here's your championship race. Inside the debut double-decker, we have Monster Jam Firestorm looking for his 9th win. Inside a Bulldozer, we have Monster Jam Stuff looking for his 1st win. Both of these trucks looking for their 1st win. Only one can get it. Well, your winner of Monster Jam Sign-Up Series 132 is going to be none other than... Oh my, what a close race! And it is Monster Jam Stuff, and the debut Bulldozer takes the win. Congratulations, Monster Jam Stuff, for taking your 1st win. You did great, man. For taking your 1st win, and you give Bulldozer his 1st win. So it's a win-win for this truck and you. So congratulations, man. You deserve this win. Connor Firestorm. Dude, you came so close to getting your 9th win, man. Just gotta make that one step further, and I know you'll get that win. Another win on my channel. Double Decker did good in his debut. But anyways, guys, thank you guys for watching. Congratulations to Monster Jam Stuff for taking his 1st win on my channel and giving Bulldozer his 1st win. And thank you guys for watching. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next sign-up series.
Yeah.